Hi everyone, myself Dr. Priyashwar Babu, working as Professor in the DC department. So in this video, I'm going to discuss about some problems on transmission lines. So here the problems based upon stub matching using Smith chart. So we'll see the problem. Design a stub to match a transmission line which is connected to a load impedance of ZL equal to 450 minus J 600 ohms. The characteristic impedance of the line is Z0 equal to, Z0 is given as 300 ohms. Then the operating frequency is given as 20 megahertz. So first of all, we need to find out the normalized impedance value and lambda value, normalized impedance value and lambda value. Then we'll design the stub matching. So here ZL is given as ZL equal to 450 minus J600. So Z0 equal to 300. Then frequency F equal to 20 megahertz is given. Then for lambda equal to, have the formula C by F. C is equal to 3 into 10 power 8 velocity of light by frequency is given as 20 megahertz, 20 into 10 power 6. So for the length of the lambda equal to, we have 15 meters. Lambda equal to have 15 meters. Then we'll find the normalized impedance value. The normalized impedance value equal to ZL by Z0 for 450 minus J600 by 300. For it is 1.5 minus J2. 1.5 minus J2. So here 1.5 represents the R circles and 2 represents the X circles. Then step 1, need to design the stub matching as. So step 1, represent ZL on graph. So represent ZL on graph, so which is 1.5 minus J2. 1.5 minus J2 and assume that point as a A. So on graph, it is 1.5 minus 2. 1.5 minus 2. 1.5 is a resistance circles, R circles, minus 2 is a reactance circles. Assume the point as A. And assume OA as a radius, this is origin, OA as a radius, draw a circle. Draw a circle. Next. So here, the circle touches the x-axis at this point. This point is known as SR VSWR. This is known as the voltage standing wave ratio, SR VSWR. Therefore, here the VSWR value is 4.8. The circle touches the x-axis at 4.8 on right hand side. Next, step 2. So from point P, travel a distance of lambda by 2, represent the admittance point on S circle and mark it as A dash and extend it to outer rim A double dash. So here, so from A, travel a distance of lambda by 2. So lambda by 2 means it is like this. So lambda is nothing but the 720 degrees. Lambda is nothing but 720 degrees. So here we need to travel a distance of lambda by 4. We need to travel a distance of lambda by 4, actually not lambda by 2, lambda by 4 to represent the admittance point. So here travel a distance of lambda by 4. So from this point, so it reaches the exactly opposite point. Mark that point as A double dash, A dash. So the point is 0.22, 0.32, 0.22, 0.32. Extend the line to outer rim A dash. Extend the line to outer rim A dash, A double dash. Now, so here the circle, the S circle cuts the R equal to 1 circle at point C. At point C. So here this X circle is, this is the R equal to 1 circle. So this R equal to 1 circle cuts the circle at point C. At point C. So the coordinates of the points are here 1, 1.7. So from C, extend the line to outer rim. Let us assume it is C double dash. C double dash. Now the distance between C double dash and A double dash is the distance from the load to stub. Distance from the load to stub. So here we can calculate the distance as. So here from the distance between the A dash and C dash represents the distance from the stub to load. So from the graph, the stub distance is LS is equal to, the stub distance LS equal to 0.18 lambda minus 0.51 lambda, 0.051 lambda, 0.181 lambda. It is 0.181 lambda. It is 0.05 lambda. Sorry. It is 0.05 lambda. It is 0.181 lambda. Now the distance between these two will use the distance of the load to stub. Distance of the load to stub. Therefore, LS equal to 0.181 lambda minus 0.051 lambda, which is equal to 0.129 lambda. But lambda value is 15 meters. Therefore, the length, the stub distance equal to, stub distance from the load equal to LS equal to 0.129 into 15. It is 1.29 meters. 1.29 meters. Now, so here as the load has a susceptance of J 1.7. So here we have the 1, 1.7. Therefore, this point can be represented as 1 plus J 1.7. So it is having the susceptance of 1.17. 1.17. The stub is required to provide a susceptance of minus J 1.7 for the balancing purpose. Next, we will find out the LT value. Therefore, next one, mark a point by moving it clockwise on the lower half of the chart. So here to mark that, so we need to move the clockwise direction on the lower half of the chart. So it is marked by point B. So it is marked by point B. So here, from here, if we move towards the lower side, so here we can get the minus 1.7. Minus 1.7. It is minus 1.7. So minus 1.7 means this point is, let us assume it is B. Let us assume it as a B. Extend it to outer rim. Extend it to outer rim. So therefore, if extended to outer ring, then we can find out the LT value. Therefore, LT value is, so here it is 0.035 lambda. So it is 0.035 lambda. It is 0.25 lambda. 0.335 lambda. It is 0.335 lambda. It is 0.25 lambda. So the distance between these two will use the length of the stub LT. Therefore, LT is equal to, from this, LT is equal to, we can find 0.335 lambda minus 0.25 lambda. So if we subtract, it is, we have 0.085 lambda. So in terms of, but lambda is equal to 15 meters. Therefore, LT is equal to 0.085 into 15. It is 1.275 meters, which is known as the stub length. Therefore, the designed stub parameters are the stub length LT is equal to 1.275 meters and the stub distance LS equal to 1.92 meters. In this way, you can design the stub matching using the stub matching using the Smith chart. So it is nothing but the single stub only. Next, we'll see the other problem. So a transmission line 52 centimeters long has a Z0 equal to 50 ohms. It is terminated in a load ZR. So the VSWR is given as 2.5. The voltage minima occurs at 18 centimeters and 38 centimeters from the load end. Using the Smith chart, determine ZL value and Zin value of the line. So here the length of the line is given as 52 centimeters. The length of the transmission line is 52 centimeters and Z0 equal to 50 ohms is given. VSWR equal to 2.5 is given. So now we need to draw a circle using the VSWR as radius. So here VSWR equal to 2.5. So first draw a circle with radius 2.5 from origin. The circle cuts the real axis on left hand side of the center of the chart at point 0.4, 0. So let us assume the point as A. So here assume this one is radius 2.5. Assume the 2.5 as radius. Draw a circle. And this cuts the axis at a particular point, and this point is assumed as point. Assume the point as 0.4, 0. 0.4, 0. 0.4 comma 0. Assume the point as A. Now A represents a voltage minimum nearest to the load. So it represents a voltage minimum. Next we need to find out the distance. So the distance between the two successive voltage minima is given by lambda by 2. The distance between the voltage maximum and minimum is given by lambda by 2. Because these two are exactly opposite to each other, the distance between these two will be lambda by 2. For lambda by 2, from the problem it is given the voltage minima occurs at 18 centimeters and 38 centimeters from the load. So the distance between these two is, so lambda by 2 equal to 38 centimeters minus 18 centimeters. Therefore it is 20 centimeters. Therefore lambda value equal to 40 centimeters. First voltage minima are at 18 centimeters. Second voltage minimum is at 38 centimeters. Therefore, the first voltage minimum 80 centimeters apart from the load. Therefore, 40 centimeters equal to lambda. For 18 centimeters, for 18 meters, what is the value of lambda? We need to find out the, for 18 centimeters, we need to find the value of lambda. Therefore, for 18 centimeters, the lambda value is 18 into lambda by 40. Therefore, it is 0.45 lambda. So here, therefore, travel 0.45 lambda distance in anti-clockwise direction. Locate that point and draw a line from origin to that point. So here 0.45 lambda means we need to rotate in anti-clockwise direction. From this point, we need to rotate the anti-clockwise direction. So from this point, this 0.45 lambda, therefore 0.45 into 720 degrees. So we need to rotate this one from this one to like this. So it reaches the point, this point. So if you rotate this, if you move this angle from this one to this one in anti-clockwise direction, we move a point here. So let us assume the point as some, we move to this point. Then, if I extend a line from origin to that point. Here, if you extend a line from origin to that point, from 0 to that point, it touches the circle at a point. So the point is 0.43, 0.28. Assume that as ZL. Therefore, ZL equal to, you can write 0.43 plus J 0.28. Then from this, we can find out the admittance value. So look at that point as B. Let us assume that point as, let us assume this is B. So B, the coordinates of the B are 0.43 plus J 0.28. So to find the impedance value, multiply the impedance with 50, we can get the normalized actual impedance value. Next, the length of the transmission line is given as 52 centimeters. For 40 centimeters, we have lambda. For 52 centimeters, the value in terms of lambda is 52 into lambda by 40 centimeters. Therefore, it is 1.3 lambda. So 1.3 lambda means from the point B, if we move 1.3 lambda distance in clockwise direction, we reach a point C on the S circle. Therefore, the value of the coordinates of the point C are 0.9, minus 0.9. So here we need to move 1.3 lambda. So 1.3 lambda. So from this point, if we move 1.3 lambda, 1.3 lambda means it is one complete rotation plus 0.3 lambda. One complete rotation is, it is 720 degrees. 720 degrees plus 0.3 lambda. 0.3 into 720 degrees. 0.3 into 720 degrees, it is, if we move that 0.3 lambda, so from this in clockwise direction, we can reach this point. We can reach the point here. So here, if you extend a line from origin towards the outer rim, then it touches the S circle at a particular point. So let us assume that point as input impedance or C. Let us assume that point as C. The coordinates of the point C are, it is 0.9, minus 0.9, minus 9, minus 0.9, minus 0.9. Therefore, Zn equal to, we can write here, Zn is equal to 0.9 minus J 0.9, and input impedance in terms of actual input impedance is equal to 0.9 minus J 0.9 into 50. Therefore, it is 45 minus J 45. So, it is the input impedance of a transmission line. It is a Zn value. ZL value is, this is a ZL value. So in this way, we can find the load impedance value and input impedance value of a transmission line. To find the input impedance, we need to move 1.3 lambda in clockwise direction. To find the ZL, we need to move in anti-clockwise direction. We need to move 0.45 lambda in anti-clockwise direction. So using this, by using the Smith chart, we can find out the ZL value and Zn value. Okay, thank you.
Like, share and subscribe. Hit the bell icon for more updates.